You snap the ball, you drop back to pass, and it seems like nothing's open and you get sacked immediately. That's because you're a level 1 passer. In this video, I'm going to break down all 7 levels of passing and how you can become a level 7 passer yourself so you can make scoring touchdowns easy. Most people usually never make it out of level 1. This is where you're just calling plays from coach suggestions. You never know what the actual play calls are. You don't know what reads you're making. You probably don't ever throw the ball, and when you do throw it, usually people just lob it up. There's no type of finesse or anything. They just throw something like this and hope for the best, which almost never actually works. We want to get out of level 1 as fast as possible. This is level 2, where you start calling actual good plays. These are called money plays. Usually people learn these from YouTube or websites like civil.gg, where we break down entire offensive schemes filled with plays like this designed to help you win games. Now, I'm going to give you 2 different money plays you can start using. This is all from the BYU offensive playbook from the gun Y-off trio close. One play is going to be flood, and then the next play is going to be the smash return right here. I'm going to break down both these quickly. So first, let's go to flood. Big deal with this is that all we need to do is take our ISO wide receiver and put him on a return route. When we do this, here's what the play looks like. We're going to snap this ball, and we're going to make our reads. Now, a lot of players have a big issue when they do something like this that we're going to talk about in level 3. But for right now, that's money play number 1. And then when we go to smash return, let's talk about what this next money play is going to be, where we're going to take our ISO wide receiver, put him on a streak. Then I'm going to take my point wide receiver, this middle guy, put him on a deep cross. It's going to be up on the D-pad. Play looks like this. We call this play. Then we're going to have 2 different plays that do a great job against a lot of the things that we're going to see. It's 2 money plays. The issue with only running money plays, though, there's a lot of them, but one of the big ones you'll run into quickly is that when you start playing better opponents, whether it's better like overall defenses against the CPU or players online, is that if you can't throw your money plays, you're kind of just bagged. You have to get past this. And there's a good chance you're not running your money plays right. Now, I'll be honest with you. Level 3 is an area where a lot of people try to get to, but they just can never master. A lot of people just never get past level 3. So I want to break this down and what's happening here. We're talking about that same money play we were just in. Now, a lot of times what happens is that people stare down one route. For example, on this play, a lot of people, and myself included, love throwing this tight end zig. But the fact of the matter is, against good players, whether it's a high-rated CPU team or it's a good player online, they will sniff this out and they'll start to take away this money route, right? And this goes for things like zigs, like you see here, crossers, corners, whatever it is, every route is stoppable. So what we need to do when we're calling these types of plays is to actually make reads and be able to hit more receivers than just 1 or 2. So on this play, I'm going to break down what our reads would look like. Here, we're going to go all the way from the outside right, and we'll work our way in. This is really a 3-step read. I'm going to focus on my outside wide receiver on the out route. Then my eyes will go into the zig, and then my eyes will go all the way back to this return route. I'll show you that in real time. Out route, not there, not there. We're going to go all the way back to the return route as he crosses the field. A lot of people never get that transition of their eyes all the way back. We'll go here again. Oh, out route's there. We're going to hit that out route then. Now the defense has to account for 3 routes underneath, which makes this play so much better. Here's that play smash return we talked about. So many people here either stare down this drag or this crosser. Both are good routes, but you got to be able to decipher between the 2, and you got to be willing to hit this backside return route from our B wide receiver or our check down. The way I look at this is I go drag quickly. If he's there, awesome. Then I work my eyes up to the crosser, then all the way back to our return route. You got to be willing to hit the return route, because if you're not, this play isn't as good as it should be, and it makes it easy for the defense. Once you can do this on every play that you have called, and you're able to hit all the different routes that are available to you, that is when you have graduated from level 3 and you're ready for level 4. And real quick, if you want to become a better passer today, knowing the exact plays you need to be calling, how to pass lead them, everything you need to start scoring more touchdowns, civil.gg is the place for you. You'll be joining over 2,000 active members who are using our exact offenses to pass the ball at a high level, score a lot of touchdowns, and really just win more games. Right now, with the link at the top description, you can get 30% off with code CIVIL30. I'm telling you, this is the place to be if you want to start passing the ball better and just winning more games. Here's my play art. Check out this pass right here that I'm about to make. It's going to be a dot, and you're going to be like, oh, wow, nice dot, Civil. That's a dot right on the sideline, right? Pretty cool. Now, Look at my play art again. This is same offense, same defense. I'm gonna call the same play and watch me throw the same ball. Instead of being a dot, instead, that's a hospital ball right there, brother. This is one of the biggest skill gap things in the game. People want to say there's no skill gap in College Football 26. You are wrong, my brother. This is pass leading, and it makes the biggest difference in the world. So we're gonna focus on my A wide receiver right here. This is purely an example route combo to demonstrate this idea of pass leading. If I push the left stick while I'm passing, right when I'm hitting that icon, I can put that ball essentially wherever I want it. Now, you got to make sure you get good accuracy on it when you release it, etc., etc. But you could put that ball in different spots. As you see right here, we're able to avoid the defense. If I don't push the left stick at all, that ball is just going to go to a default spot. So no pushing left stick right here. It's just going to go wherever it's going to go, basically in the path of the receiver. You want to push that left stick because you're going to be able to pass lead the ball. Pass leading allows you to put it where the defense isn't. There's no exact rule of thumb for where to pass lead besides the fact that you want to pass lead to wherever the defense isn't. So in this case, this is a tight window, but where isn't the defense? Well, if I run this route again, you'll see the defense isn't really like down and outside. It's definitely inside, it's definitely above, right? But it's not really down and outside, and that's the little small area we're able to hit. Now, of course, tight window, you're going to need a really great pass lead to be able to fit that. But notice the difference between that and no pass lead at all. Or let's do a bad pass lead here where I throw this ball up. That's another hospital ball. It's going to get intercepted. Learning how to pass lead will increase the amount of rack you're able to get after you catch a ball. And it'll increase the amount of incompletions you have and prevent interceptions because you're able to fit it into tight windows. Even right there where I'm dropping this ball, it's a pretty protected pass, I think, right? It's pretty hard for them to pick this ball off. Like, we're just getting there before the defender does. This time, though, with a bad pass lead, you can see it's a lot scarier and it easily could be intercepted. Also, keep in mind that almost always, easy rule of thumb is that you want to bullet pass things, okay? You almost always want to bullet pass. That's just by holding the receiver icon down. That's just going to get the ball there faster. Right there, get a bad accuracy. That happens sometimes. But with good pass leading, you will be passing at a much higher clip with the exact same plays. And by the way, on screen here are my exact pass settings. I think these are great for players of all skill levels. Feel free to screenshot this and copy these settings. I think they're going to work well for you. Keep in mind, though, this is a preference, and you can disagree, and that's okay. Here's the deal. This is a backbreaker for so many people in this game. Level 5, we're talking about pass protection. Now, so many people just kind of assume, like, hey, if I call a money play like this right here, and, I kind of, do whatever, we'll be good. But what happens when you just get consistently screamed at like this? You're just done. And a lot of people don't know what to do besides just call this a nano blitz. And we can complain, we can do all these things. I'm going to talk about how to tactically handle some of these styles of blitzes. So, on offense, whenever we show our play art, which is right trigger up on the right stick, we can see our blocking. If you do not have enough blockers on the line of scrimmage to account for every defender on the line of scrimmage, you got to be willing to throw this ball fast. So what do I mean by this? Well, if we take a look at this defense right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 potential blitzers, okay? And how many people am I blocking right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if the defense literally just sends everybody, and guess what I'm going to do right here? I'm going to send everybody. Guess what's going to happen? Someone's going to probably come free. You get the idea, okay? So we have to attack this in one of really 3 ways. 1, we can literally just block as many people as they have on the line of scrimmage. So right here, I could just press Y or triangle, select my tight end, and block him. Now we have 7 on 7. This is a fine tactic. It's one of the fine tactics to attack a heavy blitzing style defense. Now everybody's blocked. Now it's just on us to make the correct reads. Keep in mind, I'm using 2 controllers. You'd also want to set up a route combo to better attack the defense that you're going up against, okay? That's method number 1. Method number 2 is say, you know what? I'm actually going to 5 out this blitz. So I'm going to pass the ball before the blitz gets in. I'm going to let it come free, okay? So we're going to snap this ball right here, kind of example, bang, throw A, and then you get potential rack. Again, 2 controllers, but you see the idea. 5 outing is really cool because a lot of defenses just cannot account for it. And so you just kind of get like, you just have more receivers than they have options. Right here, quick throw, bang. You can see big play potential. Again, I'm using 2 controllers, so bear with me a little bit. The next option is to try to set up actual protection for it. This can be tough, but if you can do it, it's really nice. So right here, what I could do is if I know that they're blitzing a lot of people, but I also know this user isn't blitzing at me, one of the things I can do is if I want to block my halfback, I can. We got to make sure we have enough blockers for their blitzers, but I can actually do something like flicking up on the right stick and do something like untargeting the user right here. That's going to tell my offensive line, hey, don't block him. Then what I like to do is half slide away from my halfback, okay? So let's left bumper and then use the right stick to go away from the halfback. And then right here, what we're going to have is hat on hat on hat, right? Everyone's able to block everybody. Blocking is something we have to consider in our offense. If we can't block a blitz, it is over. It doesn't matter how good the plays are. It doesn't matter how good our reads are. We are going to have a bad time. And quick, that's an example of 5 outing right there where we just have to get the ball out faster. 5 outing is cool. Lets the blitz come in. But you got to be aware that 5 outing can be tough. The combination of these 3 ways, though, just straight up blocking it by blocking 7 people, 5 outing, and then knowing the pass protection, these 3 ways will allow you to beat any kind of pressure that you go up against. What play am I calling right here? I'm in the same formation we were talking about all video. What play is this? You have a guess? Let's snap it. It ended up being actually an inside zone. Now, there's no way for you to tell that because I made everything look exactly the same and you couldn't see my play art. That's exactly the same thing that the defense has to deal with when we have a complete scheme out of a couple formations and an entire playbook. What play am I calling here? Again, you really have no idea. I'm going to snap this ball. And this is actually a play that I haven't even talked about yet in this video because I decided to save it until now. Again, something that your opponent has to deal with if you have a complete scheme out of something. We don't want to just have a couple of money plays. We want to have options against everything, and we want to get deep into a specific formation. That way we can make things look the same every single play, yet the defense will never know what play call we're actually calling. Now, a scheme doesn't only have to be one formation. Right here, I'm in a totally different formation. This is gun trips, tight end, offset weak. Really good. What play call am I going to here? Well, I'm actually going to an RPO. Now, of course, Texas blows it up, but you would have no idea. And if I were to come back out in that exact same formation, imagine it's the same drive or maybe a later drive, again, you don't know what play call I'm going to. And if I have a little scheme from this formation and that formation, and then a couple other formations, we build them all together, that's a complete scheme that we're comfortable with that the defense never can really pick up on because everything looks exactly the same. Right, we went there, that play. Let's now go back to the Y-off trio close, and let's call something like this. Do you know what play I'm calling if you didn't look at the play call screen? You don't. You have no idea, right? So we go again right here, and let's actually hit the zig. I had the out route, but I decided to get greedy, go for the zig for the inside. And just like that, you never, ever know. We come back out here. Defense doesn't know. This is what keeps the defense off guard and allows us to call plays that we're comfortable with and we're familiar with, right? Too many people think a scheme is just going around random play to random play. That's not what it is. It's calling plays that you're comfortable with that all look like one another because they all build off one another as well, allowing you to do whatever you want to the defense. If you can master this level along with every other level we've talked about, you're going to become one of the best passers in the world. It's just plain and simple. This is the idea of freestyling. Let's talk about the play smash and turn. We mentioned this a little bit earlier today where it's a pretty good money play. It's pretty cool. There's some easy reads. We went through those. But if we look at the defense that we're going up against, it looks like we're getting blitzed, actually. So one of the best things that you can do as an offensive player is learn how to freestyle a little bit. Now, a lot of people will take the word freestyling and they'll kind of throw it around the wrong way where it's like, oh, it's just doing things randomly, right? Well, let me show you what one of the first examples of freestyling that you have immediate access to. It's really easy, okay? Right there, you saw me get sacked the play before. They're blitzing. It looks like they're blitzing. One of the first ways we could freestyle is take this money play setup. And let's just block our halfback, right? That's not part of the play design that I gave you earlier. It wasn't. But it's necessary against what our opponent is doing, right? There's no way around it. It's necessary to do so right here because of what our opponent is doing to us, right? He's blitzing, so we need to block somebody. Plain and simple. No way around it. Now, let's say another hypothetical, right? I'm going to throw this crosser over the middle right here. Well, actually, I'll try to wait on it. Let's pretend, we'll pretend here, that I caught that crosser on the deep sideline, okay? We can all imagine that for a second. Well, let's say now when I call it, my opponent just bags it like he does right there. It's just, we don't have enough time. He's just bagging it, okay? One of the other things I could do to freestyle is, so here's my base play, right? Well, I know I need to block my halfback because he's blitzing me. So we just have to do that. And then I also know that this crosser is just not getting open anymore, right? Hypothetical, okay? So let's actually take this crosser and let's put him on a curl route. Then let's custom stem him up one tick on the D-pad. So we're going to this route combo now. Now, this is, you could call this a different play. I would call this a little bit of a variation of the original play that we're going to. And you can see how this is going to attack a little bit differently, right? We still have this trail concept going over the middle of the field between the drag and the return route. That's still our first read, so if the drag's there, the drag's there. But we're just taking kind of the big hitter route, that deep crosser, and turning him into something else. The reason we did that, it wasn't just freestyling for the heck of it. We're not blocking our halfback for the heck of it. We're not putting this guy on a deep curl for the heck of it. No, we're blocking our halfback because we know they're blitzing, so we need this extra time. We're putting this deep curl on the field because they're hypothetically defending this deep crossing route. We've identified that, and we need a different way to attack deep, and we think we can attack the deep middle with this guy. So we're going to do that, right? So whenever we freestyle, it's not doing things at random. Instead, it's saying we have this base play, which is this right here. And we're saying, you know what? We think we can tweak this to make it a little bit better. Another way we could do this is actually doing something like this right here, where we motion the halfback across, and let's say we just put him on a flat route, okay? That's me now 5-outing and running the same play. Is just a slight freestyle. I'm letting the blitz come in, and I'm just attacking over top of the blitz. This is another way to freestyle. I actually set the play up wrong right there. We're able to do it. Freestyling can look different, but it's something that you would do mid-game. You have your base plays, like the money plays we talked about earlier, but then we're able to tweak them based on what we're seeing. We'll go to this flood play for a second. Let's snap this ball. They're sending all or no pressure at all, right? They're not sending any type of pressure here, okay? Just none. We snap the ball again. It's 3 people, right? Do we need to block our halfback in this case? The base setup I gave you said to block the halfback, but if they're only sending 3 people, should we? No. No, so let's freestyle. Let's actually motion this guy out, and we can do a bunch of different things with him if we wanted to. We could go deep in route like this. We could go deeper in route. There's a bunch of things we could do with him. Point being, though, I'm going to freestyle and get that guy involved because it doesn't make sense for the base setup to get ran here with a blocked halfback. They're not sending any pressure, so why would I do that, you know? Whereas here, maybe I do this now, a little curl flat concept with the deep curl route over there, right? We just go here, bang. Now we're running a variation of the play, which is from freestyling based on what the defense is doing to us. You can master these 7 things, you're going to become a great passer. If you want to make it way easier on yourself to make sure you're calling the right plays and just have full schemes at your disposal, Civil.gg is the place for that. We have offenses over there that are designed for players of all skill levels and any game mode that will win you more games. It'll make becoming a better passer so much easier than trying to do all this stuff on your own. Click the link in the top description and use code CIVIL30 to get 30% off everything we're doing over there. And we're joining over 2,000 active members.